Welcome to Jeeping with Jim. I'm Jim, and it's Mod Saturday, and today we've got a fantastic product from LED Factory Mart. It's an LED RGB light bar. I'm excited to actually show them to you today. So there's a couple of ways to accomplish this, and what we're going to do today is we're going to take the easier of two routes. What we're going to do is we're going to use the factory harness that came with the LED light bar. We're not going to remove the built-in power switch. We're just going to connect it right up to the battery just to kind of get things moving. It'll work just fine. It's just we need to leave the switch on all the time. In addition to that, we'll use the app for the iPhone and connect it up by Bluetooth so we can turn the LED light bar on and off whenever we want from within the Jeep. Later on in a more advanced video, what I'll do is I'll show you how to disconnect some of the things on this harness so you can wire it up to your aux switches instead. So let's get started. So this is the wiring harness that comes with the LED light bar. We've got this end that's going to get connected to the light bar, and then we've got this switch right here. The power switch is on this side, and this is the switch to change colors in the light bar. But again, we're not going to use this. We're going to leave it connected, but we're going to always leave it on, and we're not going to worry about changing colors and setting up the colors. What we'll do is we'll control that from the app instead. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at how we wire up the battery. So with the built-in fuse and the built-in relay, what we're going to do here is we're going to wire up the red wire, as you can see, I've already done it, to the battery. We're going to wire up the ground wire to one of our built-in grounds on the inside of the Jeep hood. So what a lot of people do is they try to put these mounting brackets on before they actually decide what they're going to do with the wiring. What we're going to do instead is we're going to take this off. We're going to wire up underneath it and have the wire run outside of it, then figure out our length for it, then put the bracket on instead. So we're going to run the wiring harness from here through here, out the other side, and then what we'll do is we'll lay it up on top of here so that when we put the piece back on, it will come out right out here in this crack. LED Factory Mart sends fantastic A-pillar brackets with the LED light bar. Because I have a 4xe, I made the choice specifically to buy their light bar over anybody else's because I liked some of the functionality on it, but I knew the A-pillar brackets wouldn't work. So what I needed to do was buy my own A-pillar brackets that work specifically for my 4xe. So I bought A-pillar brackets that worked with the 4xe, and notice on the driver's side, this is the A-pillar bracket for the driver's side, it's got the great big opening for the power port. So we want to leave the A-pillar bracket a little bit loose so we can fit this wire underneath here for final adjustments. So here we are on the driver's side. We're going to take the A-pillar bracket and put it on right now. Well, now comes the fun part. We're going to go ahead and mount the light bar up on the A-pillar brackets. Really important here to get the studs right and get everything tightened up there so this thing doesn't bounce around a whole lot and it doesn't spin with the wind as well. So what we're going to do now is we're going to plug it in and we're going to tuck our wire in there before we do our final adjustments on the studs. So as you can see, the light bar is all mounted up, all tightened up. The wires are nice and tucked in, very clean. And we're ready to test it out. I've already downloaded the RGB remote app on my phone from the QR code that comes with the instructions from LED Factory Mart. I've already linked it up in my Bluetooth app, so we're gonna go ahead and test it out and show you how it works. I'm gonna get rid of some of these lights and we're gonna have some fun. Ooh, look at that, there we go. Yep, it works great on the app, no problem. Got some pre-programmed modes on it, so we're playing around with those. You can also do some do-it-yourself modes on the app. I'm mostly interested in blue and blue only because that's the theme I've got going on Butch. It's blackout with blue accents. This is one we probably do not ever want to use on the road. We might use it at a show or something like that, but we're definitely not going to use this on the road. I'll probably drive around with it dimmed down pretty much most of the time with it blue. Now remember the way I wired this up today. I did not wire it to my auxiliary switches. I'm going to take care of all that later on. I wired it up directly to the battery and left a power switch on. So the only way that this is going to get turned off is through the app. Don't forget, turn the light off when you get out of your car. If you don't remember, it's Bluetooth, it reaches pretty far, but always make sure that you turn that off. I got a couple of other surprises that are going to come, not this week. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but there's a little bit more to this story than just the light bar, but I'm not going to tip the cards just yet. So listen, it's been great. Thanks for joining Jeeping with Jim. If you're not a follower of Jeeping with Jim, please by all means follow Jeeping with Jim on TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. All right, thanks a lot. Hope you like it.